So I'm just on my way up to Lewes Castle, finally. It's been a long time coming. I'm sure everybody would be interested in at least seeing what this place is like. I got no idea whether this was the original way up. It's probably unlikely. Maybe this bit coming across from the keep. Always thought how cool it would be to live there. What a nice house that would be. Anyway, we want to go up the top. I want to show you where King John, King Henry and Prince Edward eventually became king. We're all wandering around, no doubt along with a load of Templars and other incredible people, William Warren. It goes on and on. I'll see you up there. We're getting quite high now, so over there is Malling Hill. Down at the foot of that is Hamsey. Then you've got the cliffs that drop down to Cliff High Street. Obviously the sea would have come in all the way through there. Over in the distance there, you can see Rise Farm, that's called. And the sea would have completely surrounded that. Archaeologists adamant nothing was there, but really, I mean, good Lord, come on. That little spit of land surrounded by the sea, there was nothing on it. Righto. Seems that we're getting an awful lot of lies coming out at the moment. I think there's a guy out there called Greg Chutter who is desperately trying to tell everyone that the Romans weren't here, despite the fact that there are settlements being popped up, burials, Roman roads. There's a Roman villa in Barkham that's been discovered. I was over in Kingston the other day and someone told me about hundreds of Roman coins that have been found there. Obviously, I think the Downs get their name from Dun, which means like hill, but some people have called it a hill fort. If this valley was full of water, you would expect there to be hill forts all along the bridges here, looking down into the Ouse Valley, which was and then you're coming down here to shipping ports, which was Lewes. Lewes provided ships for the defence of our southern coastline. Hamsey was once a port that was more important than Lewes. I mean, good Lord, do you think the Romans just went by this valley and thought, nah, we'll leave that one? I don't know why all these archaeologists are so adamant on lying to everybody about these things. Maybe they're just like desperate to stick with their own story. Who knows? Anyway, here's the actual castle. I'm guessing there was once a roof across here, but this is, I love this place. I think this, is it this? Oh no, it's over here. One of the big fireplaces is right here. So, now it even says fireplace from the Great Hall. Excavations suggest that the hall was rebuilt in the 13th century up against the wall of the Shell Keep. This large fireplace would have helped heat the room. So, this isn't just any old fireplace, this is where the kings, right where I'm standing, were probably warming themselves and having their feasts and that kind of thing. But what a cool place this is. I mean, absolutely incredible. I think they say that William Warren built this after a wooden fort was here or something along those lines. Don't know if this one's open or not. No. Ooh, good little statue in there. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we'll be able to go up to the top in a bit. So yeah, this is the side at which, that's Offham Hill over there, and that's where Simon de Montfort would have been, and the barons would have come down off of that hill towards here to attack the castle, routing Henry and possibly the Templars, who knows, but this is what I'm picturing. Yeah, I mean, that is actually in the Battle of Lewes is in Templar records. You know, whether you can get hold of them or not is another thing, but I've seen somewhere that it's written that that Battle of Lewes was in Templar records and still is. So why would they have put it in there unless they were a part of it, you know, unless they were just documenting it? I suppose that's a possibility. Over there you got another rise of some sort, and then that's the Kingston Hill in the distance. We're just surrounded by all of the history of the south of England right here. And what I love when I come to these places is just the feeling that you're walking in the footsteps of all these amazing people, these ghosts. So like de Montfort, Henry III, Edward Longshanks, Thomas Paine, these awesome people. They would have all been walking exactly where I am right now. Yeah, I wonder, you know, if the past is just an instant ago. Well, it is really, you know, it doesn't exist anymore. Even the last second doesn't exist anymore. So it's a funny thought, but I do feel a lot of the time like I'm walking with ghosts of the past. Not that I can speak to them, unfortunately. I've often thought that this is kind of strange, but it's like Yggdrasil, the world tree, right in the centre of the what would have been the hall, at the top of the castle, right in the middle. You've got this beautiful tree. I mean, Christ, that's just stunning. And when it's in leaf, it is amazing. It's an absolute beauty, and it really does feel like you stepped into something like Elvendar when you're up here and you're around that in the middle of these ruins. It's just brilliant. But I'd highly advise everyone should come up and here just even to know. I mean, a lot of people don't even know there's a castle in Lewes. It's absolutely incredible. Sort of, I don't know how that got hidden away. There's the valley over there that I've been in a few times. Love that place down there. I think that the sea would have come up to where's my finger, sort of like there, roughly where the buildings are actually, and then it would have flooded into the valley. And you can imagine how tempting that place would have been to go in and unload, and you know, really safe up there. I had a good look around all of that area. I think it was on this side somewhere on that bank, might have been there, that I think the Viking burials were found, but I'm not sure. They kind of keep all that information locked away, just like the hundreds of coins that were found over in Kingston, and God knows how many things have been. I know there were swords found, a sword found with a 6'7" man over at Stoneham Farm. That was never reported. Sword went missing. I just think every single interesting find that has come out of this place has been disappeared, let's say. So yeah, I think that there's a lot more to this than meets the eye, and people need to start actually opening their eyes, reading the things that are actually said, and not listening to modern historians whip their own load of bullshit at them. Anyway, let's get into the actual castle itself. So, here we are in an actual part of the castle, so undoubtedly the king would have walked through here, and all these other people, Montfort, William Warren, King Henry, King Edward, John, and then this was their view. I'm guessing that there was some sort of heating in here. You'd hope. It's bloody freezing. Anyway, let's go up these cool stairs. I've heard that these spiral staircases were built this way. I don't know whether it's a load of old tosh. There's like a whole load of rumours that have been dismissed, but one was that the French knights learned to fight left-handed so that they could defend themselves as they were going attacking up these spiral staircases. And then there's that whole thing about, like, you know, the up yours with the two fingers and the archers getting them cut off. It's all been kind of like, they all sound really interesting, but I'm not certain that any of them are true anymore. I think they've been debunked by people that are quite intelligent, but then if an intelligent person tells 199 truths and then one lie, you tend to believe it. So who knows? But who knows? Could be true, could not. Just got to gather as much information as you can and see where that kind of matches up. But yeah, it's cool walking around these places, especially when you know the people that have been it. So yeah, this is one of my favourite places. Up the top here, it's quite sad. When I found out my mum had died, I strangely wanted to come up here, just to be as high as possible to say goodbye. But it was a really wonderful place to sort of just sit it out and be sad for a bit. I haven't been back up here since then, but I do love it. I wonder, oh look, that's interesting. So that is the Round Tower Spire Church. Beyond that is Thomas Paine's house, Bull House. That's where he was married, in that church, before he split up with his wife and went off and fought and helped the French win the French Revolution. Then he went off to America, helped the Americans win the American Revolution for the Declaration of Independence. He's one of the signatories, and he lived just down there. It's so cool. Thomas Paine has got to be one of the heroes of the past, the unsung heroes of the past. But there are so many. Nicholas Poussin as well, another amazing one. I look at things to do with him. There's bloody nothing out there. You know, it's so few and far between. This guy was just a master painter. Absolutely brilliant. You really do need to have a look at some of his stuff, and there's a lot of hidden interesting things in his paintings that are well worth looking for if you have the eyes. But yeah, there again, focusing very well. That's Rye's farm over there again. But yeah, it's just so cool up here. Luckily there's no one here today. It's quite nice just being able to wander about and talk freely. So let's get right up the top now. That area is currently closed to ensure my safety. Okie dokie. Right, let's have a look over here. So, maybe somebody fell off. Or drop their phone, who knows. So here we are, right at the top. This is just absolutely epic. So you've got the, oh god, you've just got everything over here. That's one place that I'm quite interested in. Over there, that big hill mound there. Somewhere that I've walked over to get to Kingston. The bridge crosses the sort of motorway over there. And I think that bank has been kind of cut out for the road that runs along all the way past here. And there's the priory over there, and the tump. I don't know if you can see that down there, which no one really knows. Again, I think that could be a really old burial mound, but no one's really quite sure what that is. I'm betting it's a very old burial mound. They call it the tump, and then beyond that is, yeah, Lewes Priory. Can't really see the ruins. I think they're sort of behind the tump. But anyway, again, the sea, you can see the Lewes over there, winding its way in. And I think that just flooded the flatter area of that valley, and then it came all the way up to the foot of the priory until it receded. But that was, I think, sacked. It wasn't sacked, it was dissolved. Dissolution. Henry, good old Henry. Greed that goes on in the world is just astonishing. Anyway, today I am king of the castle, and there's no one else up here. Imagine what it was like looking down at all the serfs and peasants. And now I'm one of them. And no one's king up here, but you know, Henry III, he was one of our known kings. He was here, looking out over there towards Offham Hill again. It's a cool place. Yeah, you really do need to come up and have a look here, if you possibly can. I wonder if any battles did take place here. I remember as a little boy, well, I was about 14 or 15, I think, and me and my friend, there's like a kind of drainage system that runs through the centre of Lewes, with all these griddles and everything. It cuts through all these buildings, everything. But I remember as a boy with him, we got really drunk one day. We went through all of the drainage system all the way through Lewes until we got to the Grange, I think. Then we came up, it was in the middle of the night, we came running up here, climbed the castle walls when it was shut. I'm pretty sure we were running up here. Yeah, and then I think the police tried to find us and we ran off and hid. It was one of the greatest nights ever. Very good fun. But yeah, we didn't get caught, thankfully. But yeah, that was so many years ago now. But that was hilarious. But yeah, it was funny how life has been dragging me up here over and over again. Anyway, I'm sure you're sick of my voice now, so I'll leave you to it. But nice to see you all once again. I'll try and do some more videos soon. Take it easy. See you. Bye. Robin, the hooded man. Boom, boom.